Every one of you is familiar with types of coating, which are film coating, sugar coating, enteric coating, but I think very few of you are familiar with drug coating. What is drug coating? If this question is asked from you, so do not confuse, because in this video I will explain for you regarding drug coating or active pharmaceutical ingredient coating. It is also a type of tablet coating which is not as frequently used in pharmaceutical industries as film coating or sugar coating or enteric coating, but this technique is also gaining attention day by day, and it is a very critical process and technical process. So in this video we will discuss what is drug coating, why we need drug coating, what are the steps of drug coating and how drug coating is performed, and what are the limitations of drug coating. Hello everyone, I am Sajad and you are watching my YouTube channel Pharmainform. If you have not subscribed my channel, first of all press the subscribe button and bell icon button so that you may receive my all videos notification. So let's start. What is drug coating? As the name indicates, drug coating is the type of tablet coating in which we add our active pharmaceutical ingredient in the suspension. As you know that a tablet coating suspension mainly include a solvent, film former, plasticizers, opacants, colorants and so on. Mean a solvent, film former like polymer, plasticizer, opacants and colorants are the main ingredients or main components of the tablet coating suspension. And in drug coating suspension we also have a API or active pharmaceutical ingredient along with our film former. Mean we add our active pharmaceutical ingredient in the tablet coating formulation or tablet coating suspension, and then we apply this suspension to the rotating bed of tablets so that our active pharmaceutical ingredient is deposited on each tablet as required by the specifications. So you can see from the name that this is a very critical process, because drug deposition over each tablet and its uniformity is the major concern of drug coating. We will discuss how we manage all these in this video. So the next is why we need drug coating. Mean why we go towards drug coating. Basically for drug coating we go into cases where we have two active pharmaceutical ingredients and we want to make one as sustained release or extended release and other as immediate release. This can be done by using layer tablet technology, mean bilayer tablets or trilayer tablets, or we go towards the drug coating. Bilayer tablet technology for very lower amount of active pharmaceutical ingredients is not used due to the weight compensation issue. I will record a separate video on it. So if we have to make one ingredient immediate release and one API immediate release and other API as sustained release, we select drug coating technology. And the other case is where our two APIs are not compatible with each other, so we go towards the drug coating technology. In this case we add a layer over a neutral layer over the surface of tablet and then add other layer of API, so both API are not interacting with each other directly in the tablet. So that is why we use drug coating. The reason why we are not using bilayer tablets, I will record a separate video on that topic. So the next one is steps of drug coating. What are the steps of drug coating or how drug coating is performed? Basically there are three steps of drug coating. For before going towards the step of drug coating, take the example of two APIs, like one is metformin and other one is sitagliptin. We want to make metformin as extended release and sita as immediate release. So we use wet granulation method, and by using wet granulation method we use extended release polymers like HPMC in our formulation during the manufacturing of granules, and we use metformin in our wet granulation method, and metformin is made extended release by using HPMC grade. So during wet granulation we add only one API, and our tablet manufactured is of wet metformin, which is extended release, and suppose the potency of metformin required is 1000 mg. So after compression, suppose its weight is 1300 mg. So we want to make now sitagliptin as immediate release. So we will add sitagliptin, potency required is 50 mg. So we will add sitagliptin 50 milligrams on each tablet of 1300 milligram of metformin HCl. So it will be this one is core tablet of metformin, and we will apply a coat of suspension containing sitagliptin phosphate, and on each tablet our sitagliptin deposited must be 50 milligram. So how we will perform this activity? This is known as drug coating. So the steps of drug coating: first of all, we will prepare our coating suspension, like we will add a film former. We will first of all select a solvent like water, then add film former, then we will take active API like sitagliptin phosphate. We must have a plasticizer, opacants, and if we want to add colors, we will take color. So when the suspension is prepared, all the batch of tablets containing metformin is added into the coating pan. These are the tablets of metformin. Here are spray guns, and here we have coating suspension tank. In this tank we have a coating suspension containing our API, which is sitagliptin phosphate. So the drug coating is mainly performed in different steps. The first step is to apply a sealing coat. Mean if we want to give a strength to our tablets, or in the case where our API are not compatible with each other, and we want to add a inert coat over the tablet surface, we will add a sealing coat over the tablet surface of metformins. Mean metformins are first of all applied with a coat of polymer like HPMC, and suppose our weight gain is 10 milligram. Mean in first step the protective coating or sealing coating. In this step we add 10 milligrams to the each tablet, and a sealing cover is formed over the surface of metformin core tablets. The next step is, first is protective layer. Second step is application of drug coat, drug layer or drug coat. In drug coat step, we will add or we will apply suspension containing API over rotating tablets, so that after evaporation of solvent along with other excipients, our API will also be deposited over the tablet surface. We will start spraying. It will be atomized and applied over the heated tablets. Then after evaporation, solvent will evaporate and solid content will be deposited over our tablet surface, and it will be the second layer in which we apply a coat of drug around our tablet, which was metformin. And now metformin tablets have two layers. One was protective layer and other layer is API layer. The third step may be carried out for those APIs which have bitter taste, like sitagliptin is very bitter in taste, so we have to add an other coat over the API coat to mask its taste, and this is known as taste masking coat. In this we use any polymer to cover the surface of API, so whenever any patient take our tablets and place tablet over tongue, the bitter taste is not felt because the final layer over the API is now a inert polymer. So in this case, or in 3 steps, our drug coating process is completed. Now the next step is monitoring of drug coating, which is very critical, because how we will ensure that our tablets or our each tablet is gaining the claimed weight of coating suspension plus API. For this purpose, we will have to monitor the weight gain of our tablets very critically. We will validate our tablet weight gain and will divide it according to the time intervals. Mean you will have to monitor the weight gain of tablets after each 30 minutes or 45 minutes or after 1 hour, and after each time interval our weight gain must be uniform. Suppose we are in a situation where we will check our weight gain after each 45 minutes. So suppose if we start our coating suspension at 9 am, we will check its weight at 9 am first of all, after sealing, then 9:45 and then 10:30. The weight gain of drug coat after each interval must be uniform. Like if in this step we have 7 mg of weight gain, after that we have 6 mg of weight gain, and after we have 8 mg of weight gain. It is a uniform pattern. If we are having a situation where first of all we gain a weight of 2 milligram, then we are gaining weight of 9 milligram, and then we are gaining the weight of 3 milligram, it is irregular pattern, because in this situation our parameters are not under control. Maybe exhaust is very high, maybe our temperature, tablet bed temperature or inlet temperature is not good. So we must have uniform pattern of drug deposition over the tablet surface, so that it will result content uniformity. And when we will perform analysis or assay or dissolution for our coated tablets, if our pattern is uniform, the dissolution or assay content uniformity results will be uniform. So the irregular pattern anywhere when it is observed, it must be rectified, because content uniformity will not be ensured in this situation. So the next one is, one of the main important thing is the limitations of drug coating. Mean what are the limitations of drug coating? First of all, drug coating required a very skilled operator or a pharmacist and have complete knowledge of all the parameters and different effects which are produced by variation of different parameters. And the limitation of drug coat is that it is usually performed on the advanced type of coaters where we have control over our exhaust system. In conventional pans where we have no control over our exhaust system, we cannot perform drug coating, because there are more chances for the suspension containing API to go into the environment rather than on the deposition of tablet surface. So if we have a advanced coater where we can control our exhaust opening and closing, so by critically monitoring the exhaust value, we can ensure our deposition of API over the coating surface in a precise manner. I hope you are now familiar with the drug coating, and I tried my best to deliver the concept. If you have any confusion, you can ask in the comment. I will try to explain it. If you like the video, share it with others. Until the next video, Allah Hafiz.